both with their ups, their downs, their unpredictable nature. They're losing their own maps. I mean, they're both good at that.
I think there's some woes, obviously. I have my say about international teams and communication issues and whatnot, but let's see which one comes out supreme here today. Diffuse kit on Alex with the flashes, standard in-game leader maneuver right there.
So you can see this is actually quite a nice reactive setup. They've got 3 in mid. If there's any funny business up short, they can react accordingly, but they're also quick to respond to any B funny business, and Floppy's just spotting that at the moment.
Well, the desk, we're just talking about more focus on the mid control as opposed to long on this one. So let's take a look and see how the spawns deal them out.
And it's not easy shots to hit. Like, is Alex expecting to land anything more than info? It's not going to be easy. He'll catch a glimpse of one on the cross. Yeah, okay. You're all taking shots, very hard shots to hit.
No damage being done either.
No.
So the aim definitely not on point right there. A short control is granted.
Flash isn't bad. This is an important duel for Valder, and Mantu's there alongside. Oh, they get them both. With Zeppa's under so much pressure, this round is done. Floppy, S-Attack, lose the sight. They lose their teammates. OG, quite the contrary. They get the bomb down. 5 still alive as well. So Pistol, Dust2, final map for a spot in the main event of Katowice.
That was very, very awkward, that mid-fight right there. But let's see. Floppy and S-Attack, it's very unlikely. I don't know if we can say impossible just yet. Bomb almost halfway ticked.
How about now?
Now I will say it's impossible. now it's all over, Red Rover. That's a tag towards Spawn. He's going to get chased on down. Can he get a couple of consolation frags? That's a no. MBK with a nice 2-piece to his name.
He was top of the scoreboard on overpass. See if
Very good on overpass.
Keeps that one up.
Yeah, I think with role players like MBK who don't often have, you know, crazy impact games, well, impact in terms of scoreboard, he's always having impact. We need to sing their praises a bit more when they do pop off, just to give them the coverage they deserve. And Cloud9, after losing that one, will bounce back with the force by 2 scouts, one for Mezzy, one for S-Attack. Deagles for the other 3, utility as well, smokes across the board, and Alex has gone for a HE instead. So let's see. Can OG deal with this? They know there's scouts in play very early over towards B, where they're trying
Floppy, dude. He's gone for a very ambitious maneuver, and it is not going to pay dividends. They send Alexi B with that moving accuracy of the SMG, quickly dispatches of the Deagle threat. He's got a lovely little smoke here for safe passage to the Xbox. If you jump up on the pixel jump, completely obscured.
So through the smoke, trying to bait Cloud9 in. They're actually going to pop out mid. Oh, no.
He didn't pull the trigger, fortunately, but there is a threat on short, and with only a scout, what's Mezzy to do? Baits in Zeppa a little bit, but... Woof! How does he hit that one? A drive-by from Zeppa. Drops off, lives to tell the tale. Unfortunately, there's a whole lot more than one. 4 of them flooding in through short. He's hitting them now. And from behind, Alex strikes. Mantu under scrutiny. Damage as well. Hits another one-on-one. Bombs loose. It fell down. He doesn't have to take the fight. And he does. Issa with 4 kills. He gets away with the double tag. Oh my lord. First 4 kills for Issa, and they're all in one round. The second goes OG's way. It looked so promising.
That nade is...
This shot from Zeppa, by the way, clean as you like. Gets away scarf-free. Alex has a chance. He hits 2. Leaving just 1 HP on Issa.
How far off is this nade? Oh, behind the baskets. Oh, bit of spin on that one. Could have been the round right there. Cloud9 will have to just take this light pistol upgrade in Mezzy and Zeppa. Flash for Alex. They're stacking around middle here. Want to pounce and try and swarm as a unit. Use the numbers as their advantage. Valder's only gone into this one with a P250. And they've got 4 rifles alongside of that. So want to keep this one clean if you're OG. You don't want to give away too much to just these light pistols. And it looks like they're going to begin their charge closer mid doors. And see Mezzy's got a little bit closer. S-Attack still overseeing this. Alex with that flash ready and raring to go. Just waiting for the sound cue to be that go.
That was a quick dink on Alexi's peak, but no one could find that additional tag. Oh, it was nearly the perfect Galil lineup.
Oh dear.
1 spray, 2 kills, finds the 3rd as well. NBK takes his turn at the multi-kills. They're all taking their turns. It's Alexi and NBK.
All right, now we can get into the business rounds, ladies and gentlemen. The AWP's out for Alex, I can tell you that much. Mantu hasn't upgraded into one just yet. They'll be rocking 4 AKs and a Galil. No diffusers for anybody other than Zepper. So when we get into the post plant, keep your eyes on where that one's fallen. Utility's looking good as well, and it's just going to be 3 players over towards A, Floppy and S-Tag over towards B. The flashes are out.
Ooh, they're ahead of them. This is something for OG. NBK quick to tuck into pit.
Oh, NBK.
Good damage, no lethality just yet. Mezzi's in a... Oh, he didn't get up on the box, and so he's spotted. Had he been tucked, could be a very different set of circumstance, but just a little fumble on the mantle into that blue bin.
Oh, okay. So instead of going for upper dark control here, Cloud9 are retooling with everybody back over towards A. You can see they're setting up a couple of boosts. Floppy keeping his eyes on mid just to make sure they're not doubling back. But we can see OG, all 5 are going to continue this push up towards long. First smoke lands. Looks like they're going to get a move on here. Nice and quiet. Utility, couple mollies. Make it 4 to stop them on the cross.
Oh, it doesn't quite nail the molly. They're crossing. Lots of work to be done. Valda did catch a bit of flack. Good spray. S-Tag catches Issa. Stray bullet through the smoke. Valda very low. Caught again. Straight bullets. They're trying to get across, but S-Tag's making it as difficult as he can. Locked into elevator. Alex lost. Surely not another one from S-Tag. Justify the price tag. Pushing on the flash. NBK's got another. Suddenly an even keel favors OG. And another frag for the OG squad. It needs the ace, and it's not to be.
Got messy, very messy for a moment there. You could see multiple Molotovs all laid across that long cross. The idea there is just to give them nowhere to stand, force them into the lines of sight for those fights towards bridge. And they just stood their ground. S-Tag did a good job to convert a couple, but the damage wasn't enough. And that's going to be the 4th on the trot here for OG on map number 3. This is do or die. Were they able to salvage that AWP? Well, Mantu's holding one, and it's just the pistols right now for Cloud9. But utility thrown out to long. Nade in exchange, so information given for OG as they quickly make their way down into lower dark. Alexi B leading the charge, leading by example. Has a couple of teammates behind him, and one of them was Issa. He gets absolutely destroyed. Alex has found a lovely headshot right there.
It's something. It's a building block. It will set the foundations for what could be a challenging round for OG to overcome. Far from uncomfortable yet, though. An early casualty, easy to overcome as they group up. 3 towards short. Valda just the tail.
If they just execute A here, this is perfect, right? Because the weapon's in play for Cloud9. And
look how open the run is to the site. There isn't a single bit of friction to stop that bomb plan.
Yeah, and that's what we're having problems with, because you can see these rifles are going to be sitting pretty up on the high ground. The flashes are good. Alex needs more, and he's not going to get it.
Yeah, nah, not looking great. They are partnered up, and they'll lay on the jump. Trades AK found. Essa has the opportunity to save that, and I think he'll be foolish not to. AK Kevlar. Desert Eagle as well for good measure, but a 5-0 start for the OGT side. Alexi calling up a storm.
Can we not have a blowout first half?
Yeah, it would certainly...
Can we request that? Is there like a button we press?
A welcome change. You mean like a back and forth where there's resistance from both teams?
S-Tag, he's killed 3, the defuse. Does he have it?
Alexi's got the nade! Oh, wow, that sounds like a sick round. I'd like to cast that one.
Can we have those rounds? Someone start playing the script. All right, here's Alex's opening. This is a nice shot, just a little... Boop. And I think the thing is, they immediately took that space back from him, right? You saw OG immediately go, well, sure, you got to kill a cat. We're still coming, cat. We don't have any dramas with that whatsoever. The saved AK is nice. Gives them a little bit more of a buffer here. Does S-Tag want to keep it? Does he want to give it to
We got a couple of goose eggs that I'm monitoring here for Cloud9.
Okay.
Can't afford to have Floppy and Mezzi uncomfortable. Obviously, this should be their buy round.
Why is it so late?
Why is it so late?
What is going on?
You're at spawn.
Boys, it's Dust2. You kind of need the spawns. You need to get to long quickly. You want to get to B quickly. What's going on?
Okay, Valda out blue bin.
Oh, this is terrible.
Oh, no, not the same. Same death from Mezzi. Looks like he's got a better chance here, but it's just damage. Finished by Alex's nade. Good shot again. Alex doubles up. A pair of frags has support on long from S-Tag. Both of them start to retreat. Tuck in. Damage inflicted. And Mantles short. This is an interesting duel.
Oh.
Catches him on the lip. Nice work from Alex. He's on for an ace here.
Doing it all right now.
Every single angle of approach dealt with.
Let's keep the Terminator moving around.
You can see the intentions, but that's twice we've seen that Mezzi's attempts to hold long are just a little bit misread. Assuming there's control when there isn't. Caught as they move out on the movement keys. Hasn't been pretty from him. Floppy responsible for B tons, and that is where they're heading all the way through T-spawn, doing
They're
their
on an island right now as well.
fair share of hard clears. Yeah, and this is Esatag's information play now, so it will still be the Floppy solo test. Alex is completely disconnected.
Floppy needs to get one. If he doesn't get a kill here, this is very winnable for OG.
Almost likely it could end up just being an awkward save.
Yeah.
Oh, Floppy, okay. Holding his nerve.
Oh!
Valda just knocks his head off.
Get out of here.
Well, this is what Chad was talking about. There is no one across.
Esatag's here very quickly for tunnels, though.
Oh, tries to hit the hard shot. You're right. S is actually much faster than I anticipated. Alex is too. So Issa's going to have to look at tons, and Valda's playing for this door's peak. Ooh, didn't see him. Didn't see him. Issa peeks out on the molly, burning. Solo.
Oh!
And Esatag doesn't quite catch the necessary bullet. He wants to isolate this duel, wants to find Valda. And they'll just spray him down. OG, untouchable.
6-0, they get the AWP. A round that started as well, multiple entries towards long. Almost looked like it slipped away with some fantastic AWPing from Alex.
What do you reckon about like a timeout call?
After that late buy, a timeout call would be a very good option. I think if you're 6 in the deep end, you should probably take a pause just to talk things through, even if it's not for this round. Hold up a second. What's going on with this buy? It's a little bit funky.
It's a buy to 2K with Esatag leveling his money out. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they can make of this. It's much more interesting than I would have thought, and Alex is making it even more so. Pushing up mid, MBK spotted, damage done, lower dark's a problem. He is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, I can't blame him for that one. And oh, wow, nice from MBK. He adjusts his spray. Body shots down to Zeppa, short presence relieved, and this is where things, of course, get interesting. Esatag has an AWP in tons.
Yeah, I'm still very quizzical about this. I know max loss bonus is coming through, but at least
If he just loses it to an Issa lurk, it's going to really hamper them.
Yeah, it's like I invested in this. Boys, I haven't even shot a bullet yet. 2 players are already dead. Mezzy, you're walking around bleeding everywhere.
Oh, and he's even potentially walking straight into the Issa off angle.
Ooh.
Okay, restraint back into the site. He knows he's got responsibility with that weapon on his back. NBK finding him third, and if only a chance passes by with the glory of the X-ray and the hindsight.
But now what? What do you save? You can't.
You try. Oh no, there it goes.
MBK was involved in 4 out of the 5 kills in that round. He is having phenomenal impact, and you were looking at those goose eggs. You keeping them warm?
Yeah, I am. I'm sitting on them. 0-1-7, 0-2-7. There's the timeout we were talking about.
Yeah, look, either before they went into... I would have actually liked it before they went into that last round because of the investments that they had made, right? It was quite interesting to see a scout, an AWP, some deagles. Maybe something could have been made of it, but it felt they just went off on solo missions. Now they're taking the timeout. Now they need to work out where this one's going because OG is showing they're the much better team right here, right now. This is MBK's foray in middle. It's a good job from him, you know, easy as you like. Taking these fights, isolating the duels. Obviously not up against the fullest of buys, but someone has to get the kills. And there's some fans on the fan cams at home. If you want to join, head over to iem.gg/fancam. The Cloud9 flag up in the background there. Floppy 980. Oh dear, the life of the B defender. And Mezzy is the long hold. Okay, well, I was going to say it probably can't get much worse. I suppose being Esatag going down through the smoke from Mantu's AWP at the start of the round, that sucks.
Yeah, it's par for the course, it seems, for Cloud9 in this tumultuous journey to Katowice main event.
Get closer, Alex. You're going to have a rough time, mate. Look at that. The nutmeg straight to the smoke.
Dude, yeah, they just get that slight visual upgrade, slight advantage. Zeppa's made it very clear he's planning to come through this smoke. And it's...
he's already half HP.
Yeah, this is a massacre. Floppy's got too many targets to deal with. And Mezzy, Delta 1 versus 3. Valda tucks into CT. So many possibilities. Valda's playing this one for the win. Yeah, he's just going to keep moonwalking through A. They've got one at T-spawn. Bomb held by MBK.
Yeah.
Jobs are good. And
this is all over for Mezzy, unfortunately. He's actually pipping the one gap back through short.
So it's potential for him to lose this to Valda here.
Hi. Oh.
They're running. Oh dear. There they come. Mezzy will not hold on to his orb. He's got 20 HP, 2 missed shots. The third, I think, is pushing it. And that is 8 for OG. Recovered all, no issues. Yet to see Cloud9 give any glimmer of hope to the many gathered around their screens in their Cloud9 jersey.
Just a pot shot as well. He's honestly just pulled the trigger there, and as easy as you like. So I would love to see
that's the most gracious way you can accept that.
Yeah, what do you do? I think another timeout would be great from Cloud9 just to slow down this momentum, just to really take the wind out of OG's sails and reflect on what's going on, refocus.
Not again. The disaster strikes twice for Cloud9. Mantu just taking his pot shots straight through the smoke. First, we lost S-Tag. This time, Floppy has to watch as round 9 concludes.
Oh dear. Okay.
I do like the info. Here we go. This is Devil's Advocate desperately trying to find something.
Paint a positive picture.
Yeah. He's got info tons. And Mezzy has got a frag in long. Here we go. He's forced them off. He knows there's more.
He's trapped, though.
Yeah, I mean, he wants Valder's peek, and he just sees the shoulder. That's enough to really write them out of this one.
Shadow advantage. Okay.
2 AKs to be recovered.
Okay.
Alex is in his mid-smoke, and...
He's being naughty, isn't he?
Yes, yes. There is a... Oh, no! He's blown his load so early.
Alex,
He just had to take his time. He's flustered now. Nades landing. The element of surprise gone. And 9 for OG. We said we'd love to avoid a thrashing on our final map. It seems unavoidable.
Yeah, it really does. Both of these teams, to start off maps, so Nuke for OG, Overpass for Cloud9, were looking awesome, right? Their individuals were just getting it done. Everyone was locking down their positions. They were really showing a strong force out the gate. So coming into the final map, we knew that all the players in the server were online, right? We had seen almost everybody make a play, have a multi-kill. This is 9-0. Cloud9, you need to start now.
Yeah, and a successful long defense, which has been eluding them this whole time. Trades, that's important. 4v4, there's more. NBK out the door. Oh! Blows off the head of S-Tag. One more found. NBK, what is this?
18 and 2.
Who are you? 18 and 2? Shots like that being hit on the regs? NBK's back.
He just reflected on those pitches we were talking about earlier, Alex, from 10 years ago, and he's rolling back the years, because look at this. The run boost is through, the flash is good, Alex is stuck, Alex is dead.
Oh man, this is something else.
You have the timeouts, right? I understand why they're hesitant on taking them, but you may as well. The scoreline is 10-0. I know it reads 9-0. I'm telling you, the scoreline is 10-0. Burn 2 timeouts back to back, you know? That's a team molly right there.
I'm sure they're chuckling about it after seeing how they played against the bots.
Yeah. Alexi, I'm flashing.
Flashing. Flashing.
Alexi, we flashed? No.
No.
All right. Hold on to that gun if you might, Floppy. Your teammates with the 3,400 max loss bonus coming through on the next round, they're probably going to be very envious of a rifle like that. Don't get them started on the utility. Even round 11 of the game, Cloud9 can't have a full-on buy, right? 40, you get the 3,400 plus the 3/350. We got to get a replay of this shot from MBK. He has been playing his pre-fire, Alex. He has definitely been playing his pre-fire because running out ready and raring to go. He's doing the jobs of the hardcore entry fraggers right here. That would put a smile on anyone's face. Little smirk from Volder.
It's about as much emotion as you get out of him, to be honest.
Bomb goes off. And there you go. So you can just take a look at the bottom left-hand side of your screen right now. You see 3,700 is roughly the figure for Mezzy, Zeppa, S-Tag, Alex there, a little bit less. And that is a horrible sight to look at if you are a Cloud9 fan. If you're an OG fan, jump for joy right now. This is fantastic. Phenomenal team play. The most deaths is 5. Looking very, very good. And
NBK's on for 20 in 12 rounds.
He's loving it, isn't he? He's absolutely loving it.
He's having, I believe my friend would refer to it as a ball terror.
Yeah, they're one of the games we look for. Is this a knife out mid doors? Is he? Okay, pistol's out now. All right. I was like, Alex, I know you're in the dumps, mate, but I don't think a knife kill there is going to work. Oh,
loses his life quickly. First to fall, the leader. Watching as the pawns follow his fate. Mantu onto
There's the rifle
Floppy.
gone.
Mezzy tested. Mantu's just finding more and more frags as he walks into B. And OG making this one look very comfortable. Just up against the Deagles, though, this is Cloud9's chance. I mean, we saw OG doing this on Overpass, and to the extent of extending towards the end. If OG don't take their foot off of Cloud9's throat, though, this could very well be the ceiling of Cloud9's fate in just the first half alone.
I was hoping for a closer game so we could miss the evening traffic, but it looks like we're right on track. So come on, Cloud9, give us something. Give us at least one round of excitement here, because right now, OG, they are putting on a masterclass.
I mean, yeah, let's just have like an NBK perspective. Like, the dude's having some serious mojo swing in his favor. He's up long. Won't be getting too much out of it just yet as S-Attack throws out his own. Tucks into B.
Ooh.
There's some damage. It was a long-range dink from Mr. Mezzy. Floppy pushed up, and
look at the risk they're taking.
Timing just as Issa looked away. He may come back. He does. Not in time. Floppy finds his second frag.
This is probably one of the best looking rounds yet. It's a 4v5. MBK's low. He can't get involved in entries because he's on the AWP. Double AWP setup.
Perfect angle held by Alex for anyone that does have a little jiggle prior to the smoke, as NBK does. Now on the way across, new responsibilities. Zeppa catching another. Looks like Cloud9 are on track for their first. It's unfamiliar to see that blue on brown in the feed. Ooh, barrel. Baits Alexi to stare at it, and a bit of a repositioning. Alexi finds the first of what would be an ace with the AWP.
You wouldn't, would you, Alexi?
I don't think he's got it in him, has he?
He does. If anybody does, it's this man right here.
Waiting the shots. They're all kind of lined up for him. Keeps waiting for that AWP shot so he can peek him. Mezzy, another shot. God damn. There's no way.
He's still doing it.
Please don't do it to him. Peeking long distance now, a little elevated. S-Attack has the cross. Oh! Hey, okay. Alexi keeping him on notice. Boy, oh boy.
Yikes. Look at this again.
Well, I mean, only Cloud9 can make a 1v5 look sketchy.
Alexi's movement, I was mentioning
those
earlier,
baits.
It just constantly, like, the fact he's getting away with that, and
like, you can see it from
sitting here watching it and just not shooting. Obviously, that final frag. But yeah, he definitely had a real crack at that.
Yeah, like that's enough to you no longer feel like you won the round. You know, it felt good. Now it doesn't. And you have to swallow the bitter pill of a FAMAS as well because of his handiwork. Well, that is lovely stuff from Alexi. Doesn't translate into a round. In fact, it's Cloud9's first. If they can replicate that, perhaps we'll have a second half to discuss. It's a good line to be holding with this weapon, but flash and push, and oh, Alex very vulnerable. They don't choose to commit, though. Alternatively, they mantle towards short. Alex is really looking to fill that gap. Zeppa responsible for middle instead. They are going to give them short. And they'll almost be playing retake here. Two still dug into B.
Yeah, this is a bit of a drama. Retake's not a problem, but if you get into a 5-on-5 retake situation, that's where it gets a little bit more tricky. Mid presence being shown now. Mantu lobbing out a smoke, trying to keep that A defender honest. Hasn't pulled anybody out of B, hasn't pulled an aggressive maneuver just yet.
Valda just checking in on the long push, making sure no one's considered it for info. Very restrained play here from OG. And here comes the execute. Zeppa to receive them. NBK, the spearhead of this assault, and understandably so. He has been so sharp here on Dust2. And a 5v5 after plant.
So sketchy now.
It really is. Look at Valda's position. He still can arrive late long. Like, that's a brutal finisher for all of the Cloud9 members. Zeppa comes up the ramp for one. NBK gobbles the nade. They're all there. Floppy finds another. Valda and Mantu. Here comes the flank.
Shooting gallery.
He's got so many targets. They are just in time. He's down to 12, but not down yet. Mantu falls, takes one with him. And with S-Attack on the bomb, Cloud9 convert themselves to second.
That becomes so dicey, but they've done well to put that second on the board. The best Cloud9 can walk away with here is 4 rounds in the first half. And if they get that, you may as well be happy. Considering where you were at, it's better than a 16-0 pantsing, and you're still in with a chance. So good stuff here as a team. They've just mauled and swarmed the site. Lots of different angles, lots of different elevations. As Floppy's got to be thinking, what do I have to do, man? Come on. No scope to the belly. And now it's OG's turn to talk this through. Their money is still fantastic, still absolutely phenomenal. They'll be able to buy next round as well. And 19 kills for MBK. Sure, he's cooled off a bit, but they have bloody... That's only in the last 2 rounds, so don't worry about it. He's had a fantastic half. Oh.
He certainly has.
That caught me off guard for a second there, didn't it? Almost fell off my chair.
I had something to say. What was it? Yeah, he's got... I kind of did some maths. It's lost. It's gone now. Never mind. Some degree of comparison between MBK's frags and Cloud9's. Cloud9 in the production room as well.
Well, Tag's rocked up here with a nice headshot there onto MBK. And the last couple of rounds, look, at this point, if you're OG, you're feeling very confident, right? You want to get as many as possible. You don't want to let your foot off the gas. And I'm sure Rugger, the coach, is probably thinking, hey, boys, let's grab the last 2 if we can. But Cloud9 are spurred forward here. It was desperate. And now they're starting to play with a little bit of desperation. A bit more aggressively, going for a couple more duels, a couple more fights. Double orb setup is out and about.
Just as he peeks up.
Yeah, I'm sure if he saw that a little bit earlier, he might have taken the pot shot right there, old Tag, but the up and down didn't catch a lot. Smoke's come in.
Oh, nearly. Issa's strafe, though, does put him into the safe angle for the first. Elevates over his own smoke. Great shooting, and Alexi opens up again. Oh, this is just textbook stuff. OG with the B take. A complete change of flavor from everything we've seen previously. And just like that, a near impossible after plan. I say near impossible because Zeppa just denies it all. What are you up to? He just walks in like a turret. The one-man army may have a chance now. Alex, if he could just win the duel versus Mantu, that is now his responsibility. Great molly forces him into the fight, and it's converted. Cloud9 have turned this one around thanks to one man and his FAMAS. 3 posted for C9. Zeppa gets extra brownie points, extra pudding. What on earth was that? That was entirely on his own intuition. Was there a flash coming in for him as well, or was that just him saying, I'm going to go?
Flash,
yeah, Alex has just said, I've got something for you.
Great flash then. So yeah, facilitating those 2 kills.
Yeah, Issa was straight turned away as well. Zeppa got the 2 1v1s courtesy of the util and the call from his in-game leader. Well, that's quite the denial. You don't often see that, and you do see this when you got the extra cash to splash. 2 auto snipers and an AWP. And poor old Floppy limping. His Achilles tendon blown out by Mantu's AWP.
He's had a couple of rough rounds, Floppy. AWP through the smoke at one round. That one round he's holding platform, just got swung on and destroyed. Here he's down to 13. Has to operate like that for the rest of the round. So Cloud9 are holding on. It's just really difficult to paint too much of a positive picture here. There's a whole other half of Counter-Strike to go, but they've been slow starters here on Dust2. Attempt from Alex. Does miss now that they know the AWP was aggressive long. It gives them a little bit more room towards mid doors or short for now, and the latter is what they'll be taking, so up they go.
He's kept it. He's certainly feeling absolutely fine. Called quite the T-side here. Can't blame him for having a bit of fun, giving himself some fun. Alex finds just enough of Mantu's head to pull the trigger. Now dead, burning, backs away, NBK down to 50.
All right, Alex and Floppy are still low here. Lucky Alex is on the AWP and Floppy's out of the action at this current juncture, but Catwalk still seems to be the port of call. Molly to sight. Does MBK want to drop spawn? Oh, they're boosting.
Zeppa, one cursory glance could cost him his life, maybe even a round. Nothing found. Flash for the cross. Alex is completely locked out, and again, it's just Zeppa versus 4. He's very familiar with this circumstance. He's been here before. It hasn't gone well. But again, with these poor Cloud9 members just forced to play these 5v5 after plants. OG get to walk in. I say 5v5. This time, of course, the loss of Mantu still rings true. He's pre-aiming for the walk-up on long, and then down goes Alex. Off the flash, though. A chance for Zeppa. Silenced by Issa. Issues another. This time from MBK. They're charging up from CT. It spells trouble, spells 12. T-W-E-L-V-E. Trouble. And it seems that 4 rounds separate OG from the Katowice main event. It's been an absolute nightmare, a waking nightmare for Cloud9. Not asleep, not dreaming, reality, and it strikes and it hurts. 3 rounds is all they've accrued. Final map of this elimination game. Winners through to the main event. Loser will be eliminated in the play-ins of IEM Katowice 2021. Still getting used to saying 2021.
Yeah, it's an extra one in there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, top-tier analysis. You expect more from Chad Birchall like that. Odds from GG.bet lean towards OG, and I really can't blame them. They even converted the previous round with a damn auto sniper.
Well, it all starts here, Alex, the pistol round. And
I can hear the insincerity in your voice.
Sorry, everybody. Well, it's a tough task for Cloud9, but let's take a look at what they got. They got some utility. Alex has the nade, standard for
This is like the same setup we saw from the CTs of Cloud9, except this time Cloud9 are going into it. Okay, interested to see how this one transpires. A duel with this that's not as clean as it could have been. Lexi finds himself a 16th frag, and up A we go. They got long. It looks good. It looks promising. It looks like a plan.
3, yeah, so at least they'll be able to get that bomb down. This retake, though, it's coming in quick.
Quicker than I anticipated. Alexi's got a nade. Is he trying to get it up towards the ramp? Not bad. Bit of flak onto Alex.
Oh, they're flanking the flankers.
Flanking the flankers so they can flank on the flank. It may be a bit too late, though, especially if S-Attack goes down. NBK is having a mad one. It is an awkward retake for Zeppa and Mezzi. They have hit some great shots, but they're on it. Alexi knocked off it. The shots keep coming. Alexi
can't find the bomb. That's their own smoke.
is on it. Last one. 3 seconds. He's so low, and they get it as well. Just the two of them. Zeppa gets all the credit, though. A big smile spreads across his face. You didn't quite get to see from his POV. I'm sure we might in the replay.
Oh, that was so awkward right there.
I mean, it wasn't planted for them, right? It was open enough.
Yeah, to allow that type
to
of
allow that kind of thing, but it was the OG smoke. You're right, because Alexi gets caught in his smoke. He's thrown for the defuse. So Zeppa peeks out again. Sees them strafing towards the bomb. Okay, so he actually gets the trajectory to line it up. Through his teammate's legs, so he knocks him off the bomb.
Oh, dearie me. Okay, well, it all played out in the end. Not sure if that was the game plan, but definitely still gets the round. And, well, OG are actually going to allow Cloud9 a bit of breathing room. Probably the first breathing room they've had on map number 3. And I say that because it's just the USPs, those USPs. It's not anything upgraded here. And, well, Alex grabs one. S-Attack and Zeppa chime on in, and as you like, they all just go down one at a time. Now, we're a little bit ahead, right, of everybody watching at home, Alex, but Peter from HLTV.org, the man who I consider as probably the most knowledgeable person as far as Counter-Strike goes, has tweeted saying that NBK's already been great on the first 2 maps, but he's now having one of his best performances ever on the Decider, and that's when he was 18 for 3 with 136 ADR, 100% KAST. And so that just shows how much he was mauling them in the early stages of that first
But you're
half.
saying best performance out of MBK?
Well, the map's not finished yet.
Yeah, that half was on track for his best performance ever.
Yeah, that's kind of where that one was
Certainly
going.
cooled off a little, but 23 frags to 8 as he concedes another death there at the closing stages of our 18th round. 17th round, it always confuses me. We are into our 18th now, though. Maths is hard.
Well,
so this was the opener, nice and easy. Good to see a bit of revenge from Cloud9 on the cross, admittedly only up against the eco, and they are up against the brick wall now.
oh dear, okay.
Blue brick wall of 4M4s.
People at home, the Cloud9 fans, one of them taking
He's
their
taking
jersey
it off.
Oh dear.
Oh,
oh dear.
magnificent beard,
Yeah.
poor taste.
Well, maybe he'll be putting it back on in about 20 minutes' time.
Yeah, he's a bit of a turncoat, isn't he?
Yeah, well, we've all got to be sometimes. The rifles are out, no AWP. Alex still operating on that scout, Galil's as well. So I would say that the utility and the amount of ground already taken from Cloud9 favors them in this round. It's going to come down to hitting those shots, the classic Counter-Strike formula for the CTs, but really they don't have utility to work with to set themselves up for any flash assists, anything along those lines. Lurk smoke towards B, and there's just one defender on the site right now. 3 players pushing short.
And this has already hit the first. Expecting more. So much trouble around the corner. Controls the spray. Zeppa. It ain't pretty, but it gets the job done.
I understand why OG are moving like a pack like this, right? They need to trade off each other. So it's about using the bodies instead of the utility because they don't have any right now.
So you're going to see these little death squads partner up. In fact, they're looking like they're calling the right stack. Alexi's read this perfectly. He's got 3 arriving at
Going
B.
in.
Perfect timing, and the bomb's been delivered. C9 are fully committed now, and they haven't even forced NBK off car. There should be no way in. Mezzi's just been dealt a dud hand here. Clean on the first, second needed. It's a bit of a standoff. The flank's on its way. Alexi just hanging out at that window position. He still confirms his location.
This would be some clutch.
It would be. Tunnels to deal with. He takes down Issa.
20 seconds.
Mezzi, what's your option? An M4 upgrade, a repeak, and a dead boy walking. Okay, so that's Alexi's pulling the 13th out of the bag for OG. And I think, Chad, the thing you highlighted there just regards to the absence of utility being the justification for that short walk.
Yeah, they needed to make a move as a team, right? And that information, it flooded through Cloud9, and it was actually their undoing, right? They reacted based off of what they'd saw, what they had thought that A setup was like, trying to rotate, trying to get ahead of the players through CT spawn. There was nobody there actually to deal with it. It was that Molotov, that smoke, and from there, OG were ready and raring, and now it's Cloud9 onto the buy. They've been able to respond. This aggression from Issa, flopping down.
Yep, they've got, I mean, this is what you were talking about on Overpass, right? When you have this lead, take the risks. Issa does, and it pays off. And there's so many players around here.
It's a biff.
It is a big biff. 2 to cross. Good shots. Mezzi not going to get another. They have to get something down. Alex is trying to get, I was going to say the bomb across. The smoke should do enough. Still paranoid about that long, understandably, but the comms starting to settle for a moment. They piece together A way to overcome this numbers disadvantage.
Look at all these nades for the retake, though. Molotov, smokes, nades.
So Goose is going to be his option. 2 from short. Issa from CT.
They're completely out of nades
He
here.
double up Goose. Okay, so there's a potential, like treating this like new box almost.
Yeah, Zappa's going to swing and fight and take as many as he can.
The molly ruins everything, but it's not towards Goose. Trajectory changes. Bounced off the wall. Alexi to check first. That's one. Need a second. They get them both. Zeppa has done enough. And C9 a sigh of relief as they remain competitive by a gnat wing.
These little aimbot kids, you know, you just see that just so quick, so zippy. Mouse bloody looks like it's everywhere, but the headshots is what counts. And OG, they're back down to pistols. Maybe even a 4-spy. You see Alex wanted to swing with his teammate there. I thought you were bang on with more of a triple box setup where they'd both stay, they'd hug onto each other and see if they were able to pull off a bit of a ruse. But they stunk together and they're able to convert a very important round. 13-6, the pistols are out. It's just the USPs pushing mid again. And look at them lining up.
Roll up, roll up. Come and get your scout tags here. Scout tags, bowl of scout tags, a panned. They've got 2 kills out of this, so
it's actually quite good.
It's kind of a little uncomfortable for the Cloud9 boys in terms of what they're forced to rebuy.
This is what Alexi's done. He's going, all right, boys, we're going to take a bit of an eco here. USP rush middle. Sorry, what, boss? We're going to run up middle, get 2 kills, and actually make it pretty decent of a round. So
no complaints.
13-7, no, none at all. I think both teams would be at least happy. Let's move into the next round, round number 21. Orps out for Mantu.
Issa kindly providing that one.
Yeah, thank you very much, kind sir. And again, utility a little bit rough, you know. We're not even seeing a single Molotov purchased in yet. I want to see what MBK goes for, considering his aim. It doesn't surprise me he's gone for that.
They're using the B spawns here, Chad. Haven't seen a Cloud9 quick one.
Yeah, there's no Molotov either, so it's going to be a grey screen.
Ooh, new lineup from Zappa to get that smoke towards the B side of things, and they are bunny hopping their way in. Another test for MBK. He's been having a great day. Not today. Essa tag shuts him down in round 21. We have the 3v3. Low though, that nade, it looks destined for success. Just shaves off 2 from the 12. Burning now. Sound cue that confirms there's at least one close by that smoke. He's lining himself up a flash for his teammates, maybe even a boost for Mr. Mantu through that gap. Another smoke deep on the doors. That's perfect because it will stop any funny business poking and prodding into the doors.
I have one more smoke on Mezzi as well.
As that lands, that's going to be the cue for the CTs to know that they really do have to either go through the smoke or save, and I think that's enough, yep.
And that's the right call. We were talking about taking risks, and I'm fine with them being early, but if you're OG and you're throwing away 3 guns into a 3-on-3 B retake, you're not even giving yourself a chance here. So Valdet wanting to do as much damage as he can through lower tunnels, grabs 1. Anything more for Valdet? Spams down another, the bomb's going to go off, and they're outside of the radius. So Mezzi and Esatag live. Guns are carried across. Orp still for Mantu. They should be able to make this one work here, OG. This B-rush, though, it looked pretty decent, right? Alexi was already close. He was already floating towards mid, so they had more players towards that side of the map than we were probably expecting. And here we go again, 13-8. Now the game has some legs to it. Now we're starting to get some excitement. Floppy only with 4 kills still. If he comes alive at any point, might be the difference maker here. Alex saw one crossing deep. He's got his AWP out as well. And this time it's a bit of a slower pace, the default spread. Mezzi outside long. You can see these pistols coming in from Issa and MBK, the 3 saved rifles. There can still be a gun round in the next. So, no dramas, no worries, and no USPs. Where's that lined up for? Is he doing it from a different angle? Okay, Esatag might be going for one of those mid-door mollies from a different lineup. Short molly, just want to see where these saved guns are. If you can find where Mantu is with the AWP early, it's going to help Alex make his decisions as the in-game leader on where he wants to go. That deeper Molotov. Okay, so they can play and just skirt the corner of it. Alexi's ready.
That was what he wanted. Zeppa was so very stubborn about picking up that frag. He does recover the bomb. And they're leaning towards the NBK and Issa crossfire. Look at this pistol crossfire. It shouldn't have more than 1 or 2. Poor old Floppy, the sacrificial lamb, but it's Alex up next. They need another. Issa's revealed him. They know he was close. Zeppa hits his shot. Suddenly we have a round. Mantu and Valda, one swarming towards the tunnels. Mantu fires off a warning shot, plans to join his teammate. The Dane's quick. And Esatag, ooh, in a domestic bout, wins it out. Very close call. Mantu to clutch. Zeppa's going to get a lot of info if he peeks out of that window. I don't think he did. He's just tucked in on site, so they don't know where he's coming from just yet. Zeppa's responsibility is tunnels. He's checking it intermittently. Confirms there's one there. Hunting Esatag. And that will be a 9th. Cloud9, thanks to Zeppa and Esatag, have recovered.
It got dicey.
But I feel like I've just been watching, like every time we watch an OG player defending the site take, it's poor old Flop Dog walking in and just having to get all that info, shot from 6 different angles at once.
He's having a rough time of it here, Floppy, but you know, it's difficult.
And this is the necessary frag. As soon as this Issa goes down to Zeppa, you've got some space. Esatag does very well to find that 3rd.
And one of the notes there is they didn't just run in, right? They smoked doors, they made sure that they took their time, and MBK is starting to get a bit frustrated now. He's had such a good game, especially in that first half. It would be a shame to let this one go to waste, considering what's on the line. You can see in this second half, OG only winning 1 round, and that was based off of the M4s with low utility and that whole cap play scenario. Since then, one-way traffic, 4 in a row. Have been close situations, but you got to convert the rounds here. 13-9, buy back out. What can OG change up here to make this
They're using their spawns. I do love to see it, and for once, a Cloud9 tag on the cross. It's actually Esatag back grabbing the AWP this time. No, he's capable. Mezzy catching a lot of flack. The poor soul operating with 6. Alex, I like the molly. That will actually burn Valda. And quick reactions from Alex on the Alexi push. So 2 casualties for OG to weather the storm of long. They still have another 2 leaning that way, but look at the space Floppy has got here. If he kills B, what do you do?
Even if he doesn't kill... Oh, he's been spotted.
Okay, but now Issa's got that frag. It gets a bit confusing. What was he up to? Is there tunnels? Do I need to worry about that? Esatag and Zeppa are back at despawn.
Yeah, they were ready to capitalize on Floppy's info, and he did find a massive gap there, but I don't know. Issa must have just caught him as he slipped around the corner. And with this low HP on MBK stuck on B...
This is a peculiar round now, Chad. What's Alex looking for? Like, he needs some info?
They're just putting the brakes on expecting CT side re-aggression, right? Just as much as Cloud9 don't know exactly where OG are, OG don't know exactly where Cloud9 can be in this stage. So this is it. Issa's going for an info play, because you would be expecting the team to group up, get ready to pounce. And now that he's pushing, he's caught in the open.
Okay, Issa, you are vulnerable. He goes down. He did inflict some damage. Mantu catching Alex. It stays 2v2. This is a wild 2v2 because they're so disconnected.
And the HPs, they're almost mirrored on either side, right? MBK low from that initial tag from Esatag. Zeppa on the high HP.
Turning to long.
They have to get through Mantu here. This is so difficult.
Yeah, I mean, this favors Mantu. There is no way for you to avoid this fight. You can jiggle it. You can strafe it. Oh, but turning his attention with a util. And Zeppa saves the day! Just in the nick of time before he could pull the trigger. Now a very, very promising plant. Smoke's still on CT. He can get away. Planted for him. You will have to be standing to defuse.
Yeah, he has to save. Because of how far away he was and the fact the bomb's down now, there's really no point going for this.
Zeppa, though, I mean, like...
He's shown a little bit of leg, but MBK's not interested, right? Might need to give him a little bit more than that to draw him in for this. He's just trying to punish if he can, try and keep their money honest, because we can see Floppy doesn't have a lot. Bezzy, Alex, they're going to get the win bonus. It's fine there. He's thrown that AWP away, made sure it doesn't end up anywhere near MBK. It's double digits now. As a wise man once told us, this is where we start getting excited.
Yeah, I mean, Zonic said 11-4 is the most deceptive scoreline. What about 12-3, Chad? Because I was almost ready to, you know, wave goodbye to the coffin, grab a tissue, dab my eye a couple of times, and the funeral procession for Cloud9's Katowice Dreams was ready to go.
Yeah, I feel, like I said, if Floppy comes...
Single CT round.
It's wild, isn't it? But remember, it was 11-0 before, so at least they're doing better than what Cloud9 were on their CT half.
Look at this buy now. So they're going to have to basically completely let this gap seal. 13-11. What are you up to, Esatag? What are you up to? So brazen. Zeppa trades. That was odd.
He's open.
B is open. The smoked on CT practically locks them through unless Alexi does this. Zeppa could be tucked in that corner and he's well aware of it. Oh, Alexi's surely got him booked here. Recovers the AWP and ignores Zeppa. He wants to try and get one more frag before he goes down. Zeppa can't control him either. He's headed back towards Tons. Mezzy's trying to find him. Alexi's doing it all. Recovers what he possibly can. 2 rifles in play, but the bomb's down on B.
And they might just want to hold on to this AUG and AWP. I know that it's max loss bonus next round, but give yourself at least a buffer in towards the
It could be an AK as well. Look, Zeppa's probably Oh, does he hear him? Yep.
Does now. And that's all she wrote for round 11 for Cloud9, as the bomb is halfway ticked at this juncture. Should be going off in roughly 20 seconds time. May as well allow Issa and Alexi to hold on to their guns. You know that they're going to be buying next round regardless. You've got a bit of a surplus on cash of Essetag. Zeppa starting to build the bank now as well, so these guns are just as vital for the Ts. And the scoreline, well, it's no longer a blowout. This is 13-11. This is really on like Donkey Kong because, look, OG, it's not, I don't even feel that they're getting crazy caught out. Their rounds have been what feels closer than what Cloud9 were doing in their first half. These pistol rounds, you're obviously not expecting any crazy heroics. They can pop off, but it's going as it should right now. Let's see, is there anything that OG can do to stop this, or are they going to be under the pump? Because Zeppa, he's got 24 kills to his name.
Yeah, I'll tell you, that contrasts nicely with the last time Cloud9 played Dust2. It was against NIP, and he had a 0.25 rating. Big shout out to Frankie for finding that nugget. Definitely a refreshing change to have Zeppa delivering on this map. 13-11.
Okay, know what's different with OG here. They're more turtled into the sites early, and they've held onto a lot of utility. They haven't thrown it all out when the smokes and flashes have come over long. They have given up that territory, so they've had to do a bit of a trade-off there. But now they're holding onto all these nades. And you heard me painting the picture with what we saw Cloud9 trying to do when that long hit came in, throw the mollies, lay the floor with flames, do a bit of a Tony Robinson impression running across the hot coals. So just holding on to these nades is going to stifle Cloud9. They need to be a bit more threatening to force OG to use this.
Double AWPs to break through. This has taken his for that mid-cross. He'll hold it from B itself. But with the bomb leaning long, I mean, this...
Another smoke short.
Their intentions are clear. How much time will they have as the smoke fades? There's more where that came from. 3 more smokes and incendiaries to boot. You've rotted a lot off the clock with very little to show for it. A itself is pretty damn barren. And if you were to, for example, flash off the AWP and start charging up long, there could very well be a chance, especially as Floppy opens up onto the mid player. No quick short punish. The mollies are going to be problematic, and he's done it again! From behind, he strikes. There is another. It's Issa from the short area, and NBK's way back on B, so there will not be any early pressure. It seems
might be another save.
They've done enough.
Oh, the frustration has to be hitting an all-time high right now for OG. You might even get the chase.
Where did Zeppa even come from?
He was just sitting in that smoke, right? He was waiting cat while Floppy stayed lower dark, and then the re-smoke on short, he just went for the nut.
Sat in it, okay.
And then as soon as the A hit came in, he pushed, he took the risk, and he set Cloud9 up for their 12th round. They are back in this.
I can't believe it.
And the chase is on as well. They know they have a surplus of cash right now on a couple of these members. They can start chasing and hunting OG. They might be too little too late this round, but it's a clear change of intent. Cloud9 is starting to feel like they're in control of this game.
Almost like they start to believe this is something within their grasp. I'm sure they did as they started, of course, considering just how many T rounds they've started to string together. 4-round loss bonus, plenty of that. NBK does save as he does defeat Zeppa's hunt. We'll see that opening kill from Alex here. Getting it in partnership with Zeppa from behind. Look, they both struck at the same time. One reacts, the other gets the second. And a head in hands moment.
Actually using their own smoke against them, right? The fact that he was hidden in plain sight like that and not on catwalk, because we could see Issa was a little bit more aggressive around those mid doors. Floppy was around there as well. It could have been a bit more of a problem if he was more passive. So taking a calculated risk and forcing OG now to take their 3rd tactical timeout here, and we are at the business end of this game. The buy's back on through. The double AWP's out once again. Alex has a big green of his own, has that spawn for mid. Essetag yet to buy in with a huge amount of utility. This might be another one of these B-rush plays, and it wouldn't be a terrible call against the double AWP setup if they can get that door smoked on off.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost guaranteeing that that retake's going to be a whole lot more awkward, if not undesirable.
Well, the early positioning right now from Cloud9 speaks of a default spread, right? Nades towards long just to bait it out. Info back to Alex. Issa actually getting a little bit inquisitive towards middle, as we can see OG are the ones mixing things up. 2 towards B. AWP in limbo towards mid. Oh, he's tucked into the B site now. So it's a 2-1-2 setup that we're seeing overall. And that's good info. Mezzi will let Alex know. AWP aggressive long. As he pivots down towards middle. Oh,
just the elbow. Peeking into Floppy. It's enough to deter. Up short, Tag and Zeppa working towards this A take. And there is only going to be Mantu and Valda to receive. I think Alexi's cognizant this is going to be a
that would have been
possibility.
Really cool. Bit of extra style there with the flash, with the run, but not to land. An execute right now would be perfect. They can get full site control. There's nobody there even to contest. Mantu's trying to rotate back that molly to slow this down, but he should be dropping back towards pit. And they're going to set this up as a team here, OG. 5-man retake. We've seen this before, Alex.
We certainly have, and it's going to come down to the execution and the afterplan positions of Cloud9. They haven't got a single nade to speak of after this bomb goes down. You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't.
Short plant. They shouldn't swing
give it to him. I mean, you parked your AWPer there to peek him. Alex, as the smoke fades, it's going to have to adjust. Mantu, not so much. He's double zoomed, and he's staring straight at him. Takes Alex down as the smoke does fade. Advantage now for OG, but the bomb ticking in favor of Cloud9. These next few moments are everything. A double spray from Zeppa. Is that enough? S-Attack has 2 to find. Expecting the jump, but it's the push from NBK. He finds another angle, 3 in the round. 31 frags in total. He breaks the 30 bomb as well as securing OG's second defensive round.
Oh, and he even grabs that AWP so they can carry both through into the next round. And they just played retake there and pulled it off. Those are the sweatiest rounds. There is so much on the line. It honestly just becomes about hitting your shots. And you can see as they all push up through CT ramp, up towards A ramp, the T's pick. And that's where you want to catch them in the cluster. The crosshairs flicking around left, right, not too sure where to look. But NBK comes out on top. The buy is back in. It would just be heartbreak for Cloud9. They've come back all this way. They've climbed the mountain. They're almost at the summit.
Valda has already knocked S-Attack's wind from him. Mezzy with a trade. It's so sketchy all across the board. Zeppa takes heavy flak. Floppy gone. The frags just all across Dust2. This time favor OG by the 1.
Yeah, they tried something a little bit quicker there, did Cloud9. Up Cat as well, out long, just a bit of an ace split, a classic. Not able to get the room they wanted. Valda low. Alex still with the AWP. The cross smokes now. Zeppa the hero. He is hemorrhaging HP. Oh!
That's the Zeppa frag they were hoping for. Just peppered through the smoke. They waited for 2 reloads.
Valda can push here too.
Alex, however, keeps things interesting. Only for a second as Valda's push does convert. They know where he was. Tucked in on car. Makes it clear where he's coming from, and NBK's got the perfect weapon for the job. The dude's closing in on 35.
What a performance from NBK. Sure, this second half has been difficult. They've made a game out of it, Cloud9, but NBK, the one who was the issue in the first half, continuing to be an issue here late in the second. Straight up Cat, Floppy, no attention, really drawn towards long there, and he's having a rough game of it, the young lad. You can see the frustration now. Everything he does, he just keeps getting booked, and it's going to be sinking in as we get into the final, or what could be the final round of play here, round number 28. Back towards these B plays.
Not deterred with the speed, though. At least S-Attack. And they go into B as well. They beat the call. And they've lost all of their health. All of their players. A catastrophe for Cloud9. Little bit of an oopsie there as well for the OG. NBK catches some team damage, but 2 early frags. Floppy's 23rd death. Equally, if not more, frustrating for him. Just goes down to the significant amount of nades that were thrown straight on that B rush. S-Attack knows that there's likely at least 2 on B. Positions himself at least with the possibility of converting a multi on mid. Bombs loose in middle. Mezzy still practically at spawn. The utility towards A you'd think would pull Alexi, but he's being very restrained here, and Mezzy had a chance. Valda was so loud about it. Just clears it out, brute force. And OG just 2 frags away from the Katowice main event. They worked hard for it. They got used to hearing no, feeling the losses. This play-ins has been necessary evil for OG, a learning experience in the development of their talent. Zeppa's over. And so is this. 2-1 to score. A full best of 3 tested.